Is there any parts of Rosa, the human being, the everyday human being, that you try to keep separate from your music and your performance, even like the writing?
I used to, but recently I'm letting go of that. So the music I have out now, there's definitely elements of my life I haven't shared, but I'm trying to be as poetic as possible so that I can still be vulnerable and open, but not too explicit and like be obvious about what I'm sharing about my life.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to scare anyone.
Right. You gotta
Yeah.
okay, gotta hide a few things.
Yeah, come on,
I
keep a
get
bit
that.
private. I'm quite a private person,
Yeah.
so I try to keep things private.
What your songs? Your songs put some of your songs put it out there. They put it out there. Feel
Yeah.
free to. I know y'all gonna go take a listen. I have to tell y'all that. But
Mm,
once you do take a listen, you'll hear some fantastic lyrics. You're a great
thank
writer
you.
as well.
Oh, thank you. That's
Um,
something I'm trying to get better and better at, so thanks.
yeah. I would say to just keep, not to even overthink it. Like, I like how when you're singing, it's kind of like I can be in the moment. Like, it kind of unfolds where you start of it can go from a glare to a touch to a feeling, and it just
Mm.
kind of like slowly unfolds like in the music. And then you go off and riffing, and then I'm seeing dance moments as well. So
Oh,
it seems like
nice.
a real cool vibe when I'm listening to it.
Thank you. Yeah, one of the producers I work with called Lorenz, he's also a really good friend of mine. He said something like that the other day about how he like cracked the formula of how I write, whereas like I start usually with a verse that's a very specific experience to me, and then from the chorus to the verse two, I tend to open it up so it's more like interpretable. And I was like, yeah. So it's kind of what
Yeah.
he said. I like the glare to a
Right.
feeling. That's really nice. I might
Yeah.
steal that for a
Steal
lyric.
it. Take it. Take it. A little bit of personal and then
Yeah.
a little bit of universal for everybody.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna put you on the spot again,
Mm-hmm.
and this is an unfair question. I'm recognizing that. But if you could describe your music in 3 words, what would you say?
I would say, mm, I would say passionate, soulful, and cinematic.
Mm,
I think.
those are great words.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of your more recent songs, "Desire."
Yeah,
Um,
that puts stuff on the table. That's the one. Yeah.
yeah, that puts stuff
Yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
It has the passionate to it,
Mm,
and it has the cinematic to
mm.
it. Is there? Have you got to? It seems like a really good dance song, like something that people can have fun to. Have you got to experience people listen to that song and dancing to it?
Yeah, live. Yeah,
Yeah.
live, which has been really good. And the live version of the song is very different to the produced, not very different, but obviously it has that kind of more tactile feel than the produced version of the song. And I love both versions. But I actually made a music video that I shot fully on film, like 35 millimeter, with my
Mhm.
friend Malcolm. And I'm putting it out in like 10 days' time. So maybe by the time this is out, it will be out.
It will be.
And I do a lot of dancing in there with this amazing girl called JJ, who has started helping me with like movement direction and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been really fun to experience my music through a more physical form too.
Right. Well, Rosa by Desire. I mean, Rosa Cecilia, Desire music video out now. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
it's amazing. How does it feel when you're watching and seeing people enjoy your music, like in person? You're on stage performing.
Mm.
What's going through your mind?
Oh my God, it's the best feeling in the world. I think we all just want to feel seen in life, right? Point blank, no matter what you do. Like the feeling of someone seeing you and seeing the real you and the multiple layers of you is so satisfying and like brings so much joy in a world where we can often feel very invisible. So when I do a show and I can see like the reaction of especially women, but actually all people, but I have to say there is something about when there's female fans and they're there and they're listening and they come up to me after and they're like, I felt exactly like that when I broke up with this guy, or I
Mm,
feel like that, right? Like I did a very intimate, low key show on Tuesday because I was just supporting. So I did just me and my guitar, one of my guitarists, Kian, who's amazing. He's also British Latino, he's Colombian.
okay.
And these girls who came to the other show, the full band show, came and they were saying how nice it was to hear the lyrics in like a stripped back context. And like one of them was at the show before, like crying and like,
Mm,
So it's nice to make people feel something, and to feel like they're not alone in that experience. Because that's
right.
what music does for me. So the fact that I can give that to other people now is so surreal, I think.
Yeah, that's I can imagine. Is that something that you think about when writing? Like, how are people gonna feel when they hear this? What's gonna be their reaction to it?
When I'm tweaking, yeah, like final draft stuff, but no, not initially. I'm quite
Okay.
selfish, I think, when
Yeah.
I'm writing. I'm just like, oh, I feel like this. I want to get this out,
Right.
And then when it comes to the final draft, I'll be like, oh, maybe that would be like a cheeky little anecdote that someone might appreciate. But that's very much just the icing on the cake.
Yeah. So what is it about the woman experiencing it that makes you feel it even more so than, the men feeling it maybe? Or is it just more frequent that the women are, I guess it's maybe easier for them to relate to your music than men?
Yeah, I think it's easier for them to relate. It's interesting though, because I think that whenever I play a song to men, not all the time, but I'm honestly 90% of the time, women will listen to the melody and the words, and men will listen to the beat.
Yeah.
So when I have male listeners, they love the beat, they love the show, they love the bass line. That men always like the bass line is sick.
Right,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, the bass line is sick. I actually have written a few of the bass lines to my songs.
Oh.
And because I love, it's one of my favorite, it's probably my favorite instrument, bass. But my hands are
Nice.
too small. Like genuinely, I've tried to play it and I can't.
Yeah.
But they'll notice that. They'll notice like the groove and the like instrumental feeling. Whereas women tend to be more lyrical upon first listen.
Right.
Not upon long listen. I don't want to generalize, but that's just what I've noticed with my music, which is so interesting.
Well, that generalization hits me because when I
Yeah?
first heard your music, I was definitely listening to the beat. I think I told you I was like, right now I'm dancing around my apartment to Desire.
Love that.
And I
love
was
that.
like, to get ready for the interview, I sat down and listened to the words, and I was like, okay,
You're like, "Ooh, girl."
let me see what she's saying. I was like, all right, she's talking on here. She is talking.
Yeah. To
But-
be clear, that song is not 100% autobiographical.
Oh,
Just in case people were wondering, we'll get
we
into
don't
that.
want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. We're taking every word as true, even though
But
we
as
know.
everything in the song is 100% my life.
Right.
No, joking.
I get that. I understand that
Yeah.
there's art and then there's real life, and sometimes the art shows a little bit of the real
just
life.
a bit exaggerated.
Yeah,
Exaggerated.
it's cinematic. As,
Yeah,
as,
it's
as
exactly
you say.
cinematic. But that's interesting that you listen to the beat for sure.
Absolutely. And going back, you released Take None in 2021.
Yeah.
But it still sounds good. It's very timeless music.
Thank you.
How did you feel about it then versus how do you feel about it now?
I feel better. I feel more proud about it now than I did then. It was the first thing I ever released, like 3-year anniversary, literally this month, or maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So it's been, thank you. So it's been 3 years since I started releasing, and I think at the time. Also, look, everyone says numbers don't matter, but like it is nice to have validation of numbers because when I released, I had no audience, and then
Right.
the songs didn't really pick up streaming wise until about a year ago, literally like earlier this year, because a few of my videos from my live shows went viral, and I think people fell in love with the live versions, and then they went to stream it. So it's been nice to see the response and also to see the growth. I've been through a lot in the past 3 years, a lot of changes, and I even took a year out because of like a family passing and all this kind of stuff. So I look back on that project with so much pride